I'm delighted to be joined by Matt, the Jedi Floyd. There's so much I want to talk to you about from your background to Tommy Fury, but first, of course, we know you're the Jedi. I've gone the extra mile. I've got Darth Vader on my hoodie today. So tell me a
No
little bit
way.
about this Star Wars interest, and if you could compare your boxing skills to that of a Jedi, who do you think you'd go for?
No, no one's ever asked me that before. That's a really good question. Fuck. Well, I'd probably have to. Oh, I'd have to go. Probably like Anakin or Mace Windu or something.
Mace Windu's a good one. Mace Windu's a good
Probably
one.
Mace Windu because I reckon if Mace Windu would be like a calm forward, aggressive sort of Jedi, aggressive fighter. So I think of Mace Windu and Anakin because Anakin's all about heart, but he turned a bit weak at the end, didn't he? I think we've got to go with Mace Windu.
Perfect answer, perfect answer. And we know that obviously you being a big fan, I think even in some of your boxing walkouts, you've had like Chewbacca and stuff in the background, haven't you?
Yeah, so you saw them, did you? That was early
Yeah.
on. I had a lot of Star Wars characters. Yeah, walk me out, Chewie, everyone. I go to like all the game conventions, like the Comic Cons and all that here, and I'm friends with them all, and they all love it, man. They all say if I fight in Perth, which I probably won't fight in Perth again, but when I did, they'd all walk me out, and I've tried to organise it in Indonesia. It's always hard, but if I fought on or when I fight on this show, I'll definitely organise something. I'll be walking out with a bunch of Star Wars characters for sure, bro. I'll be making a big show.
Absolutely. You touched on the gaming stuff there. I know you used to have your own gaming shop. So talk to me, how did that all come about? What are some of your favorite games?
I I started hustling, bro, when I was 10 years old. I started with Pokemon cards. And then I went to games, I advanced to games, being like, back then, or now Pokemon cards worth more than games, but back then games were a lot more expensive. So I went into games and I had my own game shop and all sorts of stuff from 11 years old, man. And then I've already just kept it going. I've always kept the games and kept it going. Even as a teenager, whenever things went bad, I'd go back to buying and selling games again. And then I've had a few game shops over time as well now. And
Absolutely. And the guy that you want at the moment, Tommy Fury, why is he the one you want to box so much?
I've always known I was going to fight Tommy for 2 years, man. I'm not like one of them, them hippies that like they believe that they make that things happen for a reason. Like I believe everything happens for a reason, but I didn't believe in it like in a weird way. I just always have known that I'm going to fight him. A couple of years ago, it come up. I can't remember how it was. Only a small conversation, and yeah, I've just known for a while. And it's come up again now for probably the last 8 weeks, and obviously it's gotten serious in the last few weeks.
How close are we to actually getting that signed? How close is it to actually happening?
Well, my manager's got I got someone got involved. I've always done everything on my own. I try to do everything on my own, and I think Mick France is obviously a big name. He's advertised manager, and he manages all the big boys, and he knows all the big boys. He caught wind of it, and he stepped in. I think about a week ago, maybe longer now. And he keeps telling me it's happening, and just to chill out because I keep hammering him every day about it. Obviously, he's like, mate, you're fighting. Chill out. Tell everyone, you're fighting. Um, I've even said like quite a few big names have called me out since, and have been trying to chat with me and stuff. And I've been mentioning it to him, and he's like, "Mate, you want to fucking fight these? They're big names too, man. And or you want to fight? You're fighting Tommy Fury. I'm talking to him. I know what's going on. Just chill the fuck out." And I'm like, "Yeah, but he hasn't like he's not biting on my shit and that, And he's like, "Mate, it's Tommy Fury. He doesn't need it, but it's all good." And he said he was fighting, and obviously he hasn't talked about anyone else. And it's been all over. I've seen on the UK news. It's gone like pretty. It's on all the Sun and the Mirror and all the big ones. So, and he hasn't replied to any of it. He hasn't said it's not happening or nothing. And it's been about over a week now. So Mick obviously knows what he's doing, man. I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready to fight him, bro.
100%. And from a tactical perspective, how do you think you and Tommy Fury match up? What would be your prediction for that one?
I'll break anyone down, bro, because I'm just boxers don't know how to fight me, bro. No one can prepare for me, and they can't train for me. It's impossible. I fight awkwardly, and I'm very aggressive, and I'm far too powerful for my weight. Like there's just no one in the light heavyweight division that's gonna. I should be. I've got the power of a cruiserweight and a heavyweight at light heavyweight, and I know how to use it now. And I'm just gonna come forward relentlessly. There's nothing he can really do. I don't think. I don't think most boxers will be able to do much.
100%. And I want to talk a little bit about your background now. We spoke a little bit on text about the vigilantism, and then you're running your own gym now. And I think it's so inspiring from your perspective that there might be kids who maybe could potentially go down the path that isn't right for them. And you're there to help them, to bring them into boxing, to help them discover a new life and a fantastic way of living. So, can you tell me about how you're able to help these kids grow and become better people?
I just look at them like I just look everything I do, man. Is I just look at what I needed when I was. It's mainly teenage like boys like that are between the ages of teenage between 13, 16, and 17. Um, and I just it's not hard for me, bro, because I just look at it. What did I need? What could I? It's just it's always myself. Um, I've had a few gyms, man, where I've done this, where I've taken in people. Usually, the first time I did it with adults. That was anyone if they're getting off the ice. There was youth there as well and things like that. And it didn't work, man, because what I've worked out, that was when I was much younger and after prison and stuff. What I've worked out is with adults, when they become criminals or they go to prison and that, it's like a 1% chance of being able to change them or getting them back. But I know that with teenagers, I believe it's like a 50% chance. Like I say a lot, like say I get 100 kids to my gym, I believe I'll get 50 of them, and I've done it. One of my boys who's outside right now, I took him in when he was 16 or 17. He was in rehab 10 times, tried to kill himself 10 times, and I pretty much his mum said you need to fucking take him or he's going to die. And his name's Joel Lewis. He's an Australian champion now, 7-1 box. He runs my gym. Anyway, he come to me and I pretty much said from day one, mate, if you fuck around, if you use shit, you know what's going to happen. And he's been good ever since. And that, um, it's yeah, it's something that I've always done, but this is probably the most stability I've been able to give him because obviously the gym, that's what their base is now. That's what it is now. So I've done it many times. I've tried to take them off the street and things like that since I was younger, but this is probably the one that people know about the most, the one that's worked the most. As I've gotten older, I've gotten better at being able to help or try to help anyway, at least and things like that. But I try, yeah, my best. I guess I've been doing it from a young age. I've always tried to be like a father figure to everyone because I never had a father figure, I think, and maybe it's like almost like healing. Like I'm trying to, for myself, I'm not really sure, bro. People always ask me why and things like that. I can never really give an answer, to be honest. It's just something I've always done, bro. And yeah.
Well, that's a great answer. And you touched on there this amazing journey you've gone on and how you've helped this particular individual and how you can help loads of different people. And something you mentioned in the text is that you've had a bit of a Rocky Balboa story. When you reflect on your journey from where you started to where you are now, fighting all over the world. I mean, I know you fought all over Asia, and I want to get onto that in a second, but it does truly feel like a Rocky Balboa story.
I actually I don't know why I keep quoting Rocky. I mean, we all love the Rocky movies. Everyone knows about the Rocky movies, and like Apollo Creed, what he did for Rocky. I don't understand why no one's ever done it in real life. I don't understand why billionaires keep fighting billionaires and famous people always want to fight. I don't know why, because like there's this is 100% is a Rocky Balboa story, man. It's like fucking where I've come from, bro. Like I come from the trenches. I believe it's also a real touch on mental health awareness as well. Like I've been a juvie, I've been in mental hospitals, I've been to prison. I've been surrounded by addiction my whole life. Um, everything, man. I lived with pedophiles when I was a kid, bro. I kidnapped pedophiles. There's nothing I haven't seen or been through. I think it's not just a Rocky Balboa story. It's also a big touch on mental health as well. Man's mental health. Sorry.
100%. It's great to see everything you've done. And as I mentioned, you've fought all over Asia and you must have had some crazy stories from that period of your life.
I fought in Turkey as well a few weeks ago. And Asia, and yeah, I've been winging my whole career, bro. Like I'm 15-0. I'm not 15-1. It says I'm 15-1, but I'm 15-0. I actually that fight I had in Thailand, that's the story in it. So everything I fucking do, unfortunately, becomes a story. Like I'm just like I create all my own chaos. Like that fight in Thailand, I shouldn't have done. Everyone told me not to do it. I fought Cinnamon Cole, who's largely considered like one of Asia's greatest fighter of all time. He was WBC world champion twice. He's had 500 fights, 100 professional boxing fights. He was like 99 wins and a few losses. And I went and fought like the most famous fighter in Thailand. In Thailand at Lumpini Stadium, broke my hand a week before the fight. Finally just got surgery for it now. And everyone told me not to do it. The guy's never been dropped, not in training, not in sparring. I thought, oh, it's all right. I'm going to knock him out. That's what I said. No matter what. And then I broke my right hand, and I still thought I was going to knock him out. And then in the end, when I got in there, I was like, I'm just going to outbox. Because he was meant to be a great, or he is a great boxer. He's one of the greatest boxers they've had. And I thought I'm just going to show the world that I can actually box, and I'm going to fucking outbox him over 12 rounds, which is what I did. I beat him every round, and there was 3 Thai judges. There was supposed to be an Aussie judge, American judge, American, a Thai, and an Aussie judge was supposed to be. And mate, the fight was fucking that crooked. A day before the fight, this is the world title fight, by the way. I know it's not one of the 4 big ones, but it was still a world title fight where the federation was there and everything. And a day before the fight, I had to agree to him being 83 kilos. It was a 79-kilo fight for a world title. I had to agree, and I was like, all right. So he had to do a dodgy weigh-in, and I had to agree the fight was off. I had to agree to there being 3 Thai judges. Like day by day by day, it just changed. Everyone's like, you're fucking mad if you fight. He's obviously never been dropped in his life. He's got one of them fucking heads, but I had one of them heads too. And I remember at the weigh-ins, so he came in to show he was 83. And then they've played with the thing to make it a lot less, but they made it too much less. They made it to like 75 or something. So when the federation guy came in to look at the Shonky weigh-in, you've got Cinnamon Cole putting his foot on the thing, and then you've got the promoter, like the assistant guy, fucking putting his foot behind it to make it more than 75, like right in front of the... I'm not even kidding. I was with, you wouldn't even believe it, I was with Paul Windsor. He's an English guy who runs the box in Thailand. Tyson Fury's been to his gym. Like they've all. Do you know who Paul Windsor is? He owns the box in Thailand.
I've heard the name. Yeah, yeah.
So he was there with me. Like he would tell you the same. And also Stevie Wills was there too. He's an ex-boxer as well. You wouldn't even believe it. Like when I tell people the story, like you wouldn't believe it. But it happened. And then I still went to Lumpini in front of he had thousands of obviously Lumpini was he had thousands of his supporters there. And I won every fucking round, bro. I thrived through that sort of shit. I think the more I could hear them screaming and shit, the better I did, which is normal for me. And anyway, I reviewed the fight straight away. All 5 judges said that I won the fight. They didn't give me the fight as a win, but they've made it a no contest. So for whatever reason, the Thai Commission haven't pass that on to BoxRec. I've put it online, like it's online, like that. It's been reviewed and everything. So I'm hoping by the time I fight Tommy Fury, that it's 15-0. But in saying that, the boys are saying it's probably better that when he looks at it, it says 15-1 because you got more chance of him showing up to the fight if you're 15-1. He might not want to fight a 15-0 fighter, So maybe I'll fucking not fight, worry about it so much.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's exceptionally rare that a fight gets overturned in this sort of context. So the fact that you're able to do that shows how well you did that night. And you mentioned there that he's one of the great Thai fighters, but you've sparred with one of the great Australian fighters. I've seen you doing a lot of work with Lucas Browne. So can you tell me what those sparring sessions are like?
Me and Lucas are good friends. He was helping me at the gym, bro. With all the youth and that. He was, like we had quite a few people helping. He used to help me a lot there. And I remember he was a heavyweight world champion, obviously, when he was fighting, what's his name? Paul Gallen. And whoever else around then, I was his only sparring partner, bro, for like a year. And but we're talking 130 something kilo Lucas Browne. I'm 80 kilo fighter, so 50 kilo difference. And I'm his fucking main sparring partner, bro. I was his main sparring partner for about a year. I was his only sparring partner for Paul Gallen. I actually cornered that Paul Gallen fight with him. And this is Joel Lewis, by the way. How you going?
How you doing, mate? You okay? I'm very good.
Very good. That's good to hear, bro. Good to hear. What are you, 6-1?
Yeah, 5-1.
He's 5-1, and he's Australian champion, Australasian champion. He runs my gym for me. I took him off the street when he was like 16, 17. He's been with me 8 years or something. And he's sort of been a good boy ever since, sort of. He's had a few hiccups, but he's been all right. But now he looks after. So it's a pay it forward thing, bro. I took him off the street now. Now he's done a few things like like if the boys play up and that, he'll run. He'll get a phone call and he'll run and grab them and fucking. So he does what I used to do and such, and then hopefully they'll do that for their little brothers or their little mates or whatever, and then it's just we're trying. It's like a community, bro. No one else will do it, bro. No one else does it. Like we put them in beds, we put them in houses. Like they'll come live with me, bro. Like I sometimes have 10 people living in my house, bro, in the bathroom, wherever, bro. It doesn't matter. At the gym, put match on the floor, like.
Just brought way back from Thailand.
Hey? Yeah, we met someone in Thailand. We brought him back, took him in. Yeah, but it's not. Yeah, I'm not normal, bro. I'm definitely different. I'm weird. That's probably how I got this fight. I went right on with it, bro. I messaged fucking every single one of his mates, Tommy Fury's mates. I'm best mates of his barber now. That's the weird thing, bro. All his mates want me to beat him, or whatever.
100%.
I didn't expect that. I thought people would abuse me and stuff, but they're not, bro. They're like, man, good on you. We hope you beat him, like his mates, I'm like, all right, cool.